When Jesus looks at a paralyzed man and says, "Your sins are forgiven," modern readers usually find that confusing. Why talk about sins when the man needs physical healing? But in the first-century world, sickness and misfortune were often assumed to be signs of divine punishment. This idea runs through Job, through Second Temple writings, and especially through Isaiah 53, where the onlookers say, "We thought he was struck down by God." That was a common mindset. If someone suffered, they must have sinned. That's exactly what Jesus is addressing. When he forgives the man's sins, he is responding to the crowd's unspoken judgment, the assumption that the man is paralyzed because God is punishing him. He is dismantling the idea that suffering equals guilt. In a sense, Jesus is trolling them and overturning their theology. The man's condition isn't a sign of moral failure. He's not cursed. He's not under divine wrath. Jesus is correcting the observers, not condemning the man. But then the crowd objects. Only God can forgive sins. Many Christians read this as Jesus claiming divinity, but in that world the issue wasn't metaphysics, it was temple authority. Forgiveness was the domain of the priests, sacrifices and ritual procedures. The objection is basically, you can't do that, only the temple can. So when Jesus forgives the man directly, without sacrifice or priest, he's challenging the entire system. He's bypassing the institution. He's saying forgiveness does not belong to one place, one class, or one ritual. And the gospel writer makes this point even more explicit later. If your brother has something against you, go to him. Forgiveness becomes interpersonal, human. Because humans are made in the image of God, forgiveness can flow from one person to another, not just from temple to worshiper. Read through the lens of Isaiah 53 and first-century assumptions, the story becomes far less mysterious. Jesus is not making a cryptic claim to divine identity. He is dismantling a worldview that equates suffering with sin and a religious system that monopolizes forgiveness. He is revealing a new understanding of mercy, one rooted not in sacrifice but in healing, reconciliation, and human dignity.